Good morning, traders, and welcome to the Daily Call today, Wednesday, the 7th of March. Before we get started, as always, please understand that any advice in today's session is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration. Okay, let's kick off and have a look at what's happened overnight. And locally, we saw our current account deficit widen to minus 14 billion and retail sales drop to 0.1%. Surprisingly, this did not have a huge impact on the Aussie dollar, particularly the Aussie USD. We also saw the cash rate remain unchanged at 1.5%. That's the 19th meeting in a row where we have not changed interest rates. And the standout comments from the rate statement itself was that the low level of interest rates continues to support the Australian economy. The Aussie did have a surge later in the night, but it was more due to the USD tariff talks more than anything else. So there you have it. Okay, time to have a look at our chart of the day. And the chart that I have found for us this morning is the Euro GBP on a daily timescale. Okay, if we have a look at this chart here, we can clearly see that we're trading inside a falling channel. Now, the area that I want you to concentrate is over here. Let me zoom in and let's take a closer look at what we have. As I zoom in, we notice it's not in an ideal world. The red candle should be the one that has the fractal. Okay, they're very similar in height. Look, once you get a little bit more experience, you can trade such a combination as long as there's not a massive difference between these two, and this is very minimal. So for all intensive purposes, this is an inside candle situation where the blue one is inside the red one. The red one is not the highest point, but it's very close, and it is sitting on that falling channel on the resistance level. So for all intensive purposes, this would be appropriate and acceptable. So what we need to do now is we can place our pending order at the bottom here, and should the next candle is starting in about an hour and a half at the time of this recording, as long as this remains an inside candle, there is still a possibility that it could break the top of this one and then everything would be void. So please, when you go look at your chart, make sure that this blue one is still an inside candle. If it is, you can place a pending order on the breakdown and see if we can trade the breakdown. Should the new candle break up, well then obviously you got to cancel and then it's all void and no damage done. So there you have it. Our chart of the day is the Euro GBP on a daily timescale. Okay, let's have a look at what's happening in the session, which is about to kick off. It is a very filled session. We have at 8:35 this morning, Governor Lowe will be speaking for the Aussie dollar and the RBA. At 11:30 we have GDP numbers locally again. At now jumping to after midnight, just at quarter past midnight, we have the private sector employment numbers, which are often a little bit of an indicator for the non-farm payrolls itself, which should be due later in the week. At 12:30 from Canada, we have the trade balance there, and big one from Canada, a big night for Canada. We have the monetary policy statements and their overnight rate decisions there at 2 o'clock in the morning. And then finally at 2:30 we have crude oil inventories, which also affects the Canadian dollar significantly. So any CAD traders tonight, be on the lookout. As always guys, please feel free to contact us if you do have any questions. Follow me on Twitter at ChatFX for trade setups and breaking news. Most importantly, hope you all have a fantastic trading day. I'll talk to you tomorrow on the Daily Call. Bye for now.